of computer games. 4. Getting a cavity drilled. 5. Walking down the street with no pants on. 6. Watching that wedding dress show with my grandma. And then I tick off the minutes, like this. Like I'm a freaking prisoner in a medieval dungeon cell serving a 2 million-year sentence, scratching the years into the wall with my bare fingernail. 5 minutes of class, done. 10, done. And I'll keep going on and on and on until I have 12 sets. It's a block day, which means that some classes are double periods. Today, Mr. Stedman has the social studies block. And then the bell rings, and the torture starts all over again. For some reason, social studies seems twice as long as, say, my computer class, the one class I actually enjoy. Why is that? Why do things you love seem to take a shorter time? Seems like the opposite should be true. Mr. Stedman has started his lecture, but it's the day before spring break and therefore nobody's paying a bit of attention. Everyone's dreaming about sunshine and ice cream and warm beaches and Easter candy. But does Mr. Stedman care? Heck no. And we're all just staring at him, counting the black hairs coming out of his zombie-white forehead. He doesn't have that many hairs. They look like my number countdown, kind of. And dodging the spit flying off his lips. Never sit in the front row of Mr. Stedman's class. Blah, 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 global warming. Blah, 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 fire at the South Pole. Blah, 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 tropical hurricane in Maine. Blah, 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 super hurricane blizzard in New York. I feel my brain quiver in my skull, probably wishing it could break out and run free. I yawn and stare out the window at the road. Rain's pouring down in sheets, and I hope it lets up before school ends. The best thing about social studies is where the classroom is located. The windows look out onto the street. Sometimes a car goes by, but that's about it. Today, just one old man sits at the bus stop. More boringness. What else is new? This place where we live, Oak Grove, is a one-horse town way out in the boonies of San Diego, so horribly far away from the actual city of San Diego that nobody even calls this San Diego anymore. They call it backcountry. Or the mountains, where people go when they want to see some snow and pretend they have a real winter, even though they live in Southern California. It's so small that grades K through 8 are all at the same lower school, and the entire 6th grade is in this classroom with me. The old man outside doesn't seem to mind the rain, which is good because it's raining big, fat drops, more like a waterfall. It's supposed to rain for the next 3 days, on and on. So much for sunshine and warm beaches. It hasn't rained like this in years. Not since, well, maybe back when I was just a little kid, when I tried to run away from home. Most 4-year-olds wouldn't be ambitious enough to take off down a mountain road looking for their mom, especially not on a day when cartoons got interrupted with the loud squeal of an emergency signal. Flash flood warning in the mountains, a bored robotic female voice had said. Severe weather threat until 5 o'clock. I had shrugged and turned off the TV, not knowing what a flash flood was. Just that it was raining a lot, which was no big deal to me. My grandmother had talked about how it was the wettest day the county had seen in 2 decades, during an already wet El Niño rainstorm year when everything in California stayed green through the summer instead of turning into brown tinder. But I was a super sneaky 4-year-old, the kind who'd climb the cupboards to steal a cookie while my grandma was in the bathroom, the kind who could blame the cookie theft on the dog and get away with it, the kind who knew which floorboards squeaked like wounded rats when you stepped on them, the kind who knew to turn the doorknob 45 degrees to the left, then pull it hard so it opened smooth and quick.